You know what? This is not going to cost you much, or actually it's not going to cost you anything. But if we don't do this, it's going to cost us all our future generations and the planet that we live in. Let's talk.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. And today, as I ride through this beautiful scenic road and as I soak in the beauty, I really wanted to talk about something which is extremely important, and it is about the sustainability in transportation. As motorcyclists, we're not just riders, but we are a part of a larger conversation about the future of our mobility and the planet. So stay on, we will talk more about it. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and subscribe, hit that like button and give me a thumbs up, add some comments. Let's deep dive into the topic now. Now picture this, 1 billion vehicles on the road worldwide, all guzzling fuel and pumping carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. Transportation alone accounts to close to about 25% of the global carbon emissions. Shocking, right? Now, motorcycles are often seen as underdogs, smaller, more efficient, and sometimes overlooked in these discussions. But, ladies and gentlemen, we as motorcyclists also use fossil fuel and we emit carbon dioxide while riding a motorcycle. And that is exactly what I want to speak today all about. Our planet is feeling the heat. Literally, I mean, rising temperatures, unpredictable weather, and pollution are making it clear. We need to rethink how we move. I mean, this is my context, okay? So we borrowed this planet from the future generations, and it is our moral responsibility to pass it on back to them intact and in good shape. So where do motorcyclists come in this conversation? On one hand, we use lesser fuel as compared to cars, take up less road space and contribute to reduced congestion in cities. On the other hand, our bikes still burn fossil fuels, as I said, and some models produce higher carbon emission than you would actually expect. But here is the thing, motorcycles are a bridge between the problem and the solution. We already use fewer resources, and with the right innovations, we could become leaders in sustainable transportation.
So let us talk about the game changers, the electric motorcycle. Companies like Harley-Davidson, I think they're producing a bike called Livewire. There are startup companies called Energica, which are also into electric motorcycles. But I know the fun of riding inline four or a V-twin or a parallel twin is absolutely uncomparable to riding an electric motorcycle. There is no fun in riding electric motorcycles when it doesn't make that kind of symphony that we're all looking for. But having said that, if you were to ride any of these motorcycles, like the one called Livewire, apparently the torque it generates is insane, and it basically is like riding a rocket, but very, very silently. Well, everything is not sunshine and open roads for EV motorcycles to start with. There is range anxiety. The technology of battery has still not evolved. There's a lot more that we need to still do to be able to kind of adopt electric vehicles or EV motorcycles into a lifestyle. Do EV motorcycles come any closer to this? I doubt. But having said that, there is work happening on several different technologies, which is going to be solar-powered, charging stations, hydrogen cells, and I think the whole landscape of motorcycling is going to change, and we all will embrace that with open arms. Adding to the technology challenges that we have for EV motorcycles are extremely expensive to own as well. I think as motorcycle riders, we have a responsibility towards this planet. And as I just keep saying, we borrowed this planet from our future generations and we have to give them back intact. Now, while the EV and all the other technologies that develop, which is going to reduce the dependency on fossil fuel, for now, at this moment in time, I think we as riders can make a difference. Now, you may ask, how are we going to make a difference? And I'm sure a lot of you already know the answer, but here is what I just wanted to kind of talk to you. Before I speak about the two solutions that I have in mind, but before I get to the solutions, let's try and quantify the problem that we have, right? Now, I'm riding this motorcycle. It's a large motorcycle, and there are three categories of motorcycles: small, medium, and large. large, and for the argument's sake, I'm going to take a motorcycle of an average size. An average size motorcycle generates close to about 0.1133 kilograms of carbon dioxide for every single kilometer it runs. So if I was riding my motorcycle on weekends, which normally we would be close to about 100 kilometers, that 100 kilometers would generate 11.33 kilograms of carbon dioxide. Now multiply that with 52 weeks, assuming I'm riding this motorcycle every week. That would translate to about 587 kilograms of carbon dioxide in one single year. Now that I've quantified, I know the context, I know what I'm doing to the environment, what could be the best way of trying to offset it? If you look around me, I'm midst of a lot of lush green fields, and these trees that you see out here are basically the natural sinks for Mother Earth. They absorb carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and store that in their trunks and their branches. So the first solution obviously is very simple, is to plant more trees. Every single tree absorbs 20 kilograms of carbon dioxide in a year. So if I'm producing 587 kilograms of carbon dioxide, round it out to 600 kilograms of carbon dioxide. So I will need to plant 30 trees a year, and I just did one right now. And that would mean that 30 trees will absorb 600 kilograms of carbon dioxide, which I'm emitting through my motorcycle riding. Simple, right? It doesn't cost you much, but an extremely effective solution for us to offset our carbon footprint. What is the second solution? The second solution is to buy carbon credits from the market. Now, a carbon credit, I'm not going to get into details of it, but if you want me to do a video on carbon credits, I will certainly do. You buy carbon credits and from the market. It's just like a stock exchange sort of stuff, and the cost of every carbon credit depends upon the demand supply, and it can range anywhere between $5 to about $50. And one carbon credit that you buy can offset about a ton of carbon dioxide that you're generating. So which basically means that if I am buying one carbon credit, I can actually offset the carbon footprint that I'm generating for 2 whole years of riding, assuming I'm riding 100 kilometers every week. My personal view is that I would like to use the first method, which is planting more trees, because trees are natural sinks for the Mother Earth. They absorb carbon dioxide, as I said. And I think the satisfaction that I get from planting a tree is far more than buying a carbon credit from the market, right? I mean, you could do that. I'm not saying that's an option that you should rule out, but the fact is the first one costs you nothing, and I think it gives you instant gratification because you can actually see the contributions you're making to the Mother Nature, because every time you plant a tree and the tree grows, you can actually see what you've done, what's your efforts turned into, right? And I do find that first one extremely important. So that's what I'm going to do. I just planted one tree, and for this year I shall plant about 30 trees and ensure that I'm able to offset the carbon dioxide I'm generating by riding this motorcycle. Okay, ladies and gentlemen and boys and girls, on that note, I will leave you pondering, but let's all come together and make a difference in saving Mother Earth, passing this planet to our future generations intact. See you on the road.
Picture this: roads lined with greenery, clean air, and motorcycles that combine performance with sustainability. That's just not a dream, it's a direction we are heading. And as riders, we have a chance to shape the future. Let us all motorcycle riders come together to make this happen. This riding community is an extremely strong one, and if determined, can make a difference. So let us all take an oath to offset the carbon dioxide that we emit through our riding and make this planet a much safer and secure place, not just for us, for all the future generations to come by. So ladies and gentlemen and fellow riders, let's make it happen. One ride, one decision at a time. On that note, I'm going to bring this vlog to a close. Take good care of yourselves and if possible, a few others. And on that note, take care. Bye for now.